Episode 4 of 1000 Blows begins with Hezekiah and Alec going to the West London boxing club. Hezekiah struggles in his first fight, but Alec advises him to turn his opponent's ideas against him, lure him into believing he is the savage he thinks he is. In doing this, Hezekiah actually wins the fight. Afterwards, Sugar enters the ring. He tells the attendants they're all pretenders and advises them to come to the Blue Coat Boy, where he'll show them a real fight. Eliza tells Mary she's not being honest with the girls about the risks the Elephant Boys and Jane pose if they move forward with the Chinese delegation. They won't like what she's doing, and Eliza won't have any part in it, so Mary sends her away. Mr. Lau tells Hezekiah that, despite his own involvement, he doesn't encourage him to participate in Mary's scheme. He reveals that he himself is participating, not for the reward, but for some sense of closure. When Sugar puts together a birthday dinner for his niece, Treacle urges him to join them, but he's busy boxing. His nephew Tom then offers to help, so he invites him into the ring. He tells him that, as the oldest, he'll learn to box and carry on the family trade. Later, Peggy pays a visit to Sugar, offering to make him a name in his boxing club. Peggy coaches him on the official rules, but Sugar has a hard time letting go of his more brutal methods and beats his opponent to a pulp. Peggy then decides to take him on, but tells Sugar he'll have to make some changes to fight among civilized men. Meanwhile, Alec advises Hezekiah to cut out people like Mary and Peggy. Hezekiah says he won't judge until Mary wrongs him, and he certainly doesn't want to play it safe in life. Alec then later has a drink at the Blue Coat Boy and chats with Treacle, who suggests they get Peggy to place Hezekiah and Sugar in opposite sides of a tournament so they'll only fight each other if they make it to the final. Mary then summons Hezekiah and orders him to remove his clothes. She then outfits him for the heist. They then arrive at the banquet where the Earl of Lonsgate greets them. He's a lord of the house where Alice serves Lady Grace. They are certainly on the guest list as planned, with Hezekiah as a pugilist and Mary as Lady Farnley. Many recognise Hezekiah as the boxer everyone has been talking about, and Hezekiah certainly basks in their praise. Lau then interprets for the Earl of Lonsdale when the Emperor arrives. He's clearly upset by the presence of one of the Emperor's men though. During dinner, Hezekiah is asked where he's from and he answers Morant Bay. A man named Mr. Carlyle is familiar with it, as he actually founded a committee defending Governor Eyre's response to the rebellion there. He holds that the events of Morant Bay proved Africans could not be trusted with freedom. Inevitably, Hezekiah fires back, responding that it's an outrage how beggars lie outside while they feast like kings. England calls his people savages, but they have their own problems. He then proposes a toast to Jamaica and its lasting victory over the British Empire. Mary toasts with him. The Earl then presents the Queen's gift to the Emperor. Lau does his part in Mary's heist by proclaiming it is the Emperor's wish to receive the gift privately, so they store the silver away. Lau gives Alice the key and she gives the signal for the 40 elephants to make their move. They sneak in dressed as maids. They nearly run into the butler, Percy, and Mary has to stop Alice from killing him. He treats her poorly, so she has a bone to pick with him. The Emperor certainly throws off their plans when he requests to retire in the middle of the evening. Hezekiah thinks on his feet though, proposing a challenge to Lonsdale that he box him right now. The ensuing fight certainly causes a big enough distraction. Mary and her girls are able to steal the silver. Lady Grace sees Alice and the others making their way out with the treasure, but she doesn't really say anything about it when she returns to the party. On their way out though, one of the elephants punches Alice, so she will look like an innocent victim. At the end of the night, the member of the Chinese delegation who made Lau uncomfortable makes him stay behind. Lau shows him a picture of his family, saying he and his men burned down his village and killed them. He then stabs the man in the neck, and after recovering from her beating, Alice discovers Lau standing over his dead body. Hezekiah is in a uniquely difficult situation here, even if he doesn't quite see that as clearly as Alec does. Caught between his desire to live up to the standards of London society and his desire to lambast that same society for its violence and discrimination. His toast at the banquet was certainly something to behold, and it has us anticipating an even greater moment of reckoning, perhaps when he realises high society will never respect him the way he deserves. While previous episodes could potentially come under scrutiny for only treating the political themes at the surface level, this one certainly blows that out of the water. The raw anger in this episode, especially coming from Mr. Lau rather than Hezekiah, is extremely powerful. That ending was certainly shocking, and I'm looking forward to seeing where this one goes next. Thanks for watching, and do let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Smash a like or subscribe to the channel, your support is very much appreciated. I'm Greg Wheeler, and from all of us over here at The Review Geek, we'll see you on the next video.